we currently have 27 in the facility. And normally, with 3 to 5, they go to sleep and sleep all winter and things are fine. But we have 20 in the 8-acre forested enclosure, and they've managed to keep themselves awake. There's always somebody who stirs up somebody else, and pretty soon everybody's out. And we tried not feeding with whole food from them for a while, but they just rototilled the pen. I mean, it was obvious that they were seeking food. So we just gave up and started going back once a day feeding them.
They eat, at this age, as yearlings, they eat dog food, and we give them some flake corn. During the fall, when they're fattening up for the winter, we fed them many, many bushels of apples. They could eat 30 bushels of apples a week, this many bears. And I collected acorns for them wherever I could find acorns, and they also have oaks in their pen that they had their own acorns they could forage for, but not enough for all of them.
2011 was an extraordinary year of natural foods. There was a full beech nut crop throughout the state. There was abundant apples, berries, wetland shrubs, all were full of fruit-bearing berries. So the bears, all the females that could have cubs, did have cubs and had as many as they could have. And then that was followed by a very poor food year in 2012. We didn't know what to expect as they kept coming in. I mean, it was every week or twice a week. We were getting calls, and we got another group of cubs, another group of cubs, and we didn't know what the boundaries were. We didn't know what the limits were. We have a nice that 8-acre forested enclosure is a very nice facility, but we didn't know what the limits were. And it ended up there were some surprises. With 3 to 5 cubs, there was always some cub that did stereotypic pacing at the fence, which is a sign of anxiety or some other issue. And with 20 cubs, there was no pacing. They were just one big happy family that roamed around and played with each other, and they were very, very happy as a big social unit, and obviously very comfortable. Every cub was comfortable, and so that was a big difference. Most of the cubs were the result of unprotected chicken coops and beehives. More than 16, about 16 of the cubs were the result of homeowners coming out and shooting cubs, and it's something that's just completely preventable. We didn't have to have this number of cubs. If people would just realize it's perfectly legal, and in my mind the law is a very old law, but in today's age, you really don't have to do it. Fish and Game and Wildlife Services both have programs to provide electric fencing. Once the bear is in your chicken coop, the damage is done, so there's nothing gained by shooting the bear. And it's certainly possible to keep them out of other chicken coops just by protecting your livestock.